Zach.
Because I have never felt in a way कि वहाँ पे लोग तुमको अलग तरीके से treat कर रहे हैं और देख रहे हैं.
Just a way for anyone to feel that it's okay to be you and it's okay to, express yourself the way that you want to.
IPSOS did a survey. Only 8% told that I know a queer person in India. While India actually, for the percentage of the population, has the highest queer population. He likes being in between when conversations are happening. Even when I'm hooking up. Then also, if I'm making out with someone, he's like, ah!
It's probably jelly.
Yeah, he actually probably is. So, you were asking about that earlier, right? Like my clapboard. So the clapboard is for a film we did in college very recently. It's Razia Bibi. And the person who is the protagonist for it, the lead, is Nin. She's done a beautiful job and it looks gorgeous, and I'm hoping we'll be able to put it out soon. It's a tiny short film, but it was so beautiful shooting it because although it was my college project, a whole bunch of my friends from the community, people who, partly some of them are people who we work with at ITBall, we kind of came together, and we don't do it from a very commercial point of view. I mean, we wish we can make money, and we probably try to make money every year, but none of the 8 balls have actually made money. But even this film, right, like people gave their time, rehearsals, etc. People came for the shoot for 2 days, and we do all that without actually getting any money in return, because we know that someone who we consider family is putting this together, and we'd like to be a part of it, right? And events kind of started in a very similar place.
Me and one of my sister from House of Luna only, Krish, we both used to talk that hey, we really wanted to make a scene in India where like ballroom scene in India where people can come and there will be categories for the other queer people where they can come to in a picture where they can celebrate themselves and they can truly be themselves. That's how this scenario came up, how we thought, how we used to think about all of this situation, how the ballroom scene is going to be in India. Let's take an example for the financial condition. We can't go to Paris and as of now we are not able to go to Paris and attend the ballroom scene. So what can we do in India? Then we started we thought let's create a space, let's take in workshops slowly and slowly. And then all of a sudden House of Luna, my mother, Glorious Luna, she and Didi came to us and they both told us oh, there is something we want to create.
If I just have to really take away all of the complicated shit and just at the core level what it is, I think it's solidarity. I think it's a way for queer people, and especially that function as chosen families, that they come from sometimes very tricky lives, sometimes very complicated, sometimes very sad lives, and when they do find this community, they feel supported by one another, they feel seen by one another, not judged by one another. That is the essence of a house, I think, for me at least, right? So I think when I was coming into my own queerness and finding other queer people, finding this community essentially, it almost became second nature for me to look at pretty much every one of them as my family, but obviously the ones that I got closer to, that became friends, sisters, brothers, gender non-conforming, siblings. It was just that feeling of finding people like yourself and then doing anything that you can to protect them essentially.
I feel this space, not only me but or not only the House of Luna के लोग, but जो दूसरे लोग भी हैं, वो लोग भी कहीं ना कहीं शायद से उन लोगों को भी वो जो घर पे स्पेस नहीं मिलता है to be themselves, because still there are so many queer people who are closeted but they are still out there with their friends and everyone. So this space, this It Ball gives you a freedom to be who you want to be or you have chosen to be.
This revolution that sort of almost started in 80s and 90s and ballroom scenes in New York was for minorities and marginalized communities to sort of claim some spaces or amplify their voices or come together to be able to show their art, show their talent, show a way for them to like also fit in a society that's constantly like pushing them out for like being different, or being too queer, too gay, too flamboyant, all of those things, right? I think ballroom is that one universal language almost it became that sort of brought these people together in underground spaces for them to be able to like feel their fantasies and like be their most flamboyant selves, and just like like live that authentic moment of where they don't feel judged, they don't feel ridiculed by any of these things that like the society would not be okay for them to do.
Antisocial has always been really friendly. Let's take an example of like a bouncers only. The bouncers and everyone over there are so friendly. I have never felt कि ओ ये bouncers के मैं किस तरीके से मैं ready हो गया तो मेरे को पता नहीं किस तरीके से देखेंगे, किस तरीके से बोलेंगे, क्या क्या करेंगे. But they are so chill. And I have like these are really small details, like when I get dressed in the upstairs and there are the people from antisocial who works in the like the bartenders or the workers, they'll come and ask you like, hey, do you need water? I'm like, hey, that's so sweet of them. Like I don't say it, but like I feel it, like hey, that's so sweet of them. Like they're coming, they don't have anything to do it, right? क्योंकि party start होगी रात के 9 बजे से, but हम लोग पहुंच जाते हैं कब के, क्योंकि we have to get dressed and everything. And they वो suddenly आके they'll be like, oh, आपको पानी चाहिए क्या एक glass? Do you need anything? Okay, do you want this? And if you ask them also like, hey, I need tissue. तो वो लोग लिटरली अपना काम छोड़ के नीचे चल जाके वो नीचे से टिश्यू लेके आएंगे. तो yeah, it's kind of a little gesture and the things which like really makes you really happy.
From the time antisocial has existed, I've been into it. I like the vibe. I like it was very peak millennial, but this kind of alternate, let's do some music that nobody else listens to kind of millennial. So antisocial was a natural fit for us because we had been to so many queer events and felt safe. Even if there's only a small washroom and there's no green room ever, you have to create your own green room. We all take trolley bags with mirrors and things, but even then it is that we feel safe, that we can go there and put these outfits and wear these things and win. And even if you don't win because you got to be that person that you are inside, that you don't get to channel all the time. So I think a big way that has been a help.
My message to 2021 Pratul would be to just keep going, just like keep doing what you're doing. You know what your sense of purpose is, the things that you want to create. You are someone that you can be proud of ultimately in a few years, and believe in yourself, believe in your gut, and just remember to have fun.
Hey Sunil, listen, for you, whatever your dreams were, whatever you wanted to create, ऑफ कोर्स अभी तक बहुत सारी चीज़ें होनी बाकी है. जो भी मैंने सोचा है मेरे लाइफ में, मेरे को जो चीज़ें करनी है, अभी तक बहुत सारी चीज़ें होने बाकी है. बट if you have dreamed about it, of course it's gonna make happen.
I was very worried. I was very scared in 2021. I was very, very scared in 2021 when I was coming out. And like including Sandy, there were like 3-4 people before I came out who kind of held me and gave me the courage. And then I came out and we did all these beautiful things. And I would say, girl, you're gonna be fine. Just look at where we've come.
That this is not just like a fluke, or this is not like like, oh, that's just one flash in a pan, like, success. And after when, all of us are like super old and our progression of like, queer kids will like sort of run this. But this really does have that potential to like, just like, stand the test of time and like live on and just like, be that one thing that all queer people in this country look forward to.